loves, and welcome back to my channel. Today we have my handbag update video. Now I did this video last year, maybe about a little over a year ago, and a lot has happened since then. So we've moved house. Obviously I have a new setup. Let me know what you guys think about this new setup, if you like it. The collection has changed surprisingly quite a bit since the last time I did this video. And I thought to streamline this video a little bit, I'm not going to include this time the bags that are like in my archives, like my childhood bags that I don't really use, but they're sentimental bags that I'm holding on to. If you want to see the older handbags I have in my collection, they're in my previous video, which I'll link up here on the screen and in the description below. I'm also going to be linking any individual bag reviews for my channel, so if I have a dedicated review to any one of these bags, that'll be in the description below if you want to know more information about them. Last time, I don't even remember what format I did, but it took forever to film, so I thought we would try something a little different this time, and we're gonna go shelf by shelf. Now I'm also not including my contemporary designer bag. I'm also not going to include any bags that I currently have like up for sale that I'm going to be removing from my collection. But as usual, I do have to give a disclaimer with this video. If you don't like luxury handbags, if you are a minimalist, this is probably not the video for you. I know I have more bags than one person needs. I've been collecting for 15 years. It's something that I enjoy and I love, and I always try to get the best deal, and I always try to share those tips with you as well. So when you're buying one of these expensive designer handbags, you have the best buying information possible, which is why I always include buying advice in my review. Understand these are big purchases. They are for me. They're mostly planned purchases. So I am here to help you get the most bag for your buck. Oh, and by the way, if you're new here, my name is Morgan. I make videos about luxury handbags, fashion, and lifestyle. So if that's your thing, please subscribe and turn on notifications. And let's just get right into my designer handbag collection. Starting at the very top shelf with my Valentino Rockstud clutch. Now I know this is not one that's super on trend anymore, but it's one that I continue to keep in my collection. I still love it for events. It's one of those that if you love, you can get a great deal on them pre-loved now. But this is one I think I will just forever have in my collection. Next bag in my collection is my Senrev Aria bag. Now I am an ambassador with them, so I do have a discount code linked in the description. I had this bag before I worked with them. Brand I really love, and I think they make some of the best travel bags. I even featured this one in my best travel handbags video, which I'll pop up here and in the description for you. I love this bag because the leather is just so carefree and so durable. I have my Chloe Nile. This is one again that will be in my collection forever. I included this one because I still pull this out and I still use it today, even though it's not considered like an on-trend bag. It's not in production anymore. I love how this hardware looks like a bracelet, like a piece of jewelry on the arm, and I just think this is one of those bags from Chloe, just so iconic for their brand, and even though it's not made today, you still see it around, and I think it's quite a cute bag. This bag in my collection is my Prada Nylon Re-Edition. I always forget which model is the 2000 and which one is the 2005. This one is in the teal color, which I thought was really fun. I did have a bit of a hard time at first figuring out how to style this, but I took it on one of my recent trips to the US. I kind of fell in love with it. This is so convenient if you're like going shopping. I put my cards up here in this little top pouch, and it's just easy access in and out. You can keep the bag on the whole time and just get your card out from that little pouch. I do have this versatility that if you want to use it as a shoulder bag, you can remove the long strap and just wear it like this as well. This is one that I now would highly recommend to anyone who's looking for a very versatile, casual designer bag. Now we have one more Senrev bag in my collection, another Aria. This is in what they call their dragon leather, kind of like what other brands would call like a mock croc. And this one I find quite durable. I really love this for travel as well. And this one translates really nicely to night, since it is more of like a neutral color than the yellow one. The yellow one I tend to take traveling in the summer, and this is more of like a winter travel bag. But this is a belt bag, and you can also use the strap in different ways, and there's a gold chain strap you can attach as well, so you have a lot of versatility with this style. On to one of my favorite wallet on a chain styles, Saint Laurent in the color India Pink. This is my absolute favorite color from Saint Laurent. It's a super hard color to find. I did just order a pink bag in the slightly bigger wallet on a chain size, which I think is this color, but then when I was looking back, I'm not quite sure. So it might be changed to the bigger size and I might be selling this one, but my goal is to find this color in the slightly bigger size so I can use it more often. For now I use, and I love this one. I think it's honestly one of my favorite designer handbag pinks that's ever been made by any brand. It's just so dreamy. I wish they had more styles available in this color. This bag in my collection is a forever bag for me. It's the most special bag I have in my collection. The Saint Laurent multicolor Python Cape bag. Laurent is much cheaper in Paris. Well, at least I've had this bag for 5 years now, I believe. Then it was a lot cheaper than getting it anywhere else. So what I paid for the exotic was almost what the Saint Laurent regular Cape bag costs in other countries, but just like a little bit more. So this was a great find. I've actually never seen this pop up on the pre-love market. Honestly, this is one of the most unique bags and rare bags that I have in my collection. Next bag in my collection is my Saint Laurent Cape bag with the tassel. This is a mock croc, so this is not an exotic leather. This pre-love from a fashion influencer I follow on Instagram, and it was just one of those when I saw it. I had always wanted a tassel bag, but I didn't want a typical one that you see all the time. And this is one that until I saw it in her collection, I had honestly never seen before. I will say this is a more dressy bag. I had a whole lot of events going on, so I haven't gotten a ton of use out of it. I need to play around with styling, but I just love pink with bright gold hardware. There's just something about it that just is so like delicious to me, and this is one of those bags that I just look at and I'm just like, yum, it's so cute. Another new addition to my collection that I know for sure was not in my collection video last year, and this is the Gucci Ken Scott collaboration bag. Honestly, I hadn't bought a Gucci bag in quite a few years. The last one I bought was this tiny little Dionysus bag. I think that was like 3 or 4 years ago. I can't remember exactly now. Always wanted a Gucci floral in my collection, and this is one that when I saw the bag, I was like, that is it. The horse bit is my favorite hardware from Gucci. You guys know I'm not a Gucci Marmont fan. I do not like that hardware at all, but the horse bit is something that has history to it, that's been around since the 1950s on the loafers, and it's not going anywhere. I started doing more bags with the horse bit now, but there are some years where maybe they don't make some bags with it, but they always have like the belts or the loafers. So the horse bit is something from Gucci that if you want like a heritage piece from the brand that's not like a more trend piece, the horse bit is the way to go because it's something you can have in your collection for years and years to come. What I'd like to show you is my Valentino Rock Stud Mini Tote. This is one of those, again, it was a limited edition collection. You guys know I love rainbows. I couldn't resist. Don't necessarily use this bag a ton, but I do love it. It's one of those that every time I see it and when I look at it on my shelf, I'm just like, I love that bag. So I'm gonna challenge myself in this next coming year to use this bag more often because it really is just one that makes me so happy. One that you just throw on crossbody and it's so easy to use throughout the day because you just have one open space. So that they do their rock studs in like different ways depending on like season after season, but it's one of those that if I'm gonna go for something Valentino, I really prefer the rock stud over anything else that they do. Next we have my medium pink tweed Chanel. This is one bag that I am so happy that I have in my collection now with the new prices of Chanel. Honestly, I am kind of getting to the point where I'm just like, their bags aren't worth it, and I'm starting to look more at Hermes, not just like a Birkin or a Kelly, but their other styles. This is one bag that I'm just so happy I got for the current prices because tweed is so delicate and it's one of those you can't use every single day, so I just wouldn't be able to justify the current prices for a tweed bag. Just love the dreamy mix of the metallic fabric in this like pink mix of colors on this is probably one of my favorite tweeds they've ever done. I also love that it has the back pocket that runs the length of the bag so I can like fit my phone in here. It's just one of those that's so convenient to use. I honestly wish the classic flap had this kind of a pocket on the back. I could possibly justify getting another, but honestly at the current prices and how I find it's not super functional, I can't really justify another one in my collection. With the Chanel tweed, we have my Chanel tweed mini. This is another one where I just love the mix of colors in this. You have some pinks, you have a little bit of green in here and the white. It just matches so well with a lot of my wardrobe. One that I got duty free in Heathrow before they stopped the tax back, which I heard is a thing now. They're not doing duty-free shopping in Heathrow anymore, which is such a disappointment. This bag, even though it has silver hardware, I think that this color mix really needs silver hardware. I just love the mini size. The Chanel mini is one of my favorite bags. I like that it has a single flap. I don't really like the double flap as much. I really prefer a single flap on my Chanel bag, so that's why I really just love the mini size. This is another unicorn in my collection that I just adore. I love this color mix. It goes so beautifully with like cottagecore kind of vibe dresses and those more romantic styles. Something very picnicky about it, which I don't know if that's really the right way to describe it. Something about this bag that is just so special and sweet to me. I believe this is another new addition to my collection since my last video. This is my 30th birthday gift and it was a task getting this bag. I will definitely have that unboxing linked below so you can get into the full story. It was also the first time I ever used a personal shopper to get a bag. You guys know I hate paying above retail, but there's a couple of bags in my collection I have done it, especially, you know, during everything that's going on and not traveling as much. Buy Chanel stores don't really get a lot of stock, and the bags that I want tend to go to their VIP clients. And even when I'm on the wait list, I very rarely get offered the bag that I ask for. So this one I knew I just had to have this bag. And my partner got this for me for my 30th birthday, and she is just the most magical unicorn. I mean, if I have to pick a favorite bag, it's probably this one. She's just so magical. This is another one that's a forever bag in my collection. I will never sell this. I'm completely in love with this bag, and it goes honestly so well with so many of my dresses. We have my only classic flap in my collection. It's from the year 2004. It has the 24 karat gold plated hardware. It's the only classic flap I need in my collection. I will be honest with you guys, I do not find this bag super functional. Like, I know people collect them and get like, you know, every color that they love in the classic flap. I could never do that because I find this to be like a one function bag because you can't wear it crossbody. It doesn't hold the phone in the back pocket. It has to be a very specific situation when I'm gonna be wearing this bag. Some of these bags have just gotten to the point where I have to think about cost per wear. Is it worth it for my wardrobe? And the classic flap at their current price is not worth it for me. Now, if you're wanting to have one in your life, I still recommend it, and I do recommend looking for vintage because you can get them under current retail depending on the color and the leather. This one that I'm so happy I got when I did. Time when I got this bag, it was a birthday gift from my partner. There's just no way I could ever stomach or even accept a gift of a classic flap that was like $7,800. It's not worth it to me. At that price point, there's so many Hermes bags. Now that I have my first Hermes bag, I do see the quality difference, and I just can't justify it for Chanel, especially feeling the quality of this one versus like the quality today. I could never see myself buying one of these new. The only way I could ever consider it again is if I got a really good deal vintage on maybe a different color that I was looking for. We're getting into the section you can see, and there are some bags stored below, and I had a few bags stored elsewhere too. I'm gonna try to be a little more brief on the ones you've seen before and only go into more detail really on the newer bags in my collection. This is my Chanel Trendy CC wallet on a chain. You guys know I love this bag. It's one of the most commented on when I post it and when I've shown it in my teeny handbag collection video, which I'll link up here if you haven't seen that, just reviewing all of my teeny tiny nano bags. This is one that just gives all the 90s Chanel vibes, though it is a newer bag, and it's something that I honestly will have forever. We have my Chanel square wallet on a chain. This is one when I show it every time, people are like, I did not know that bag existed. One they don't do every collection, but when they do it, it's few pieces and hard to come by. I love this because you have the big pocket on the back. Gray one is perfect for my winter wardrobe. Usually when I'm traveling, I bring this bag, but it hasn't gotten much love in the past year because I haven't really taken a winter trip. This one I do love, and I think it's a little bit of a twist on a neutral because it's not your typical brown, beige, or black. I believe this is another new addition since my last collection video. This is my Saint Laurent Baby Lou. My partner gave this to me for my birthday. I took a trip to London back in October, and that's when this bag had just like come out in the colors. I just thought it was the cutest little thing. Really, honestly, it should probably be in my SLG collection video because I do use it more as like a little card holder wallet, but I do use it as a bag as well since it is technically a baby bag. Now for my most sparkly new addition to my collection, my Prada Crystal re-edition. I am so in love with this bag. Taking every fiber of my being not to buy this in the pink as well. I was on the wait list for the pink or the white, and the white came in first. So I wanted to get this directly from the store because pre-loved, these are going way above retail. So when the white came into the store, I jumped on the chance to get it because I didn't want to pay the exorbitant resale prices of this. One that I have found works in so many more ways than I thought it would. This dresses up casual clothes. It looks super cute for evening wear. A more trendy style bag for my collection. I don't really care if this trend goes. This is the bag that I will use and love forever. I'm so obsessed with it. Next we have my Balenciaga city bag in the size small. This is another great travel bag. I still love this bag. This is a forever bag for my collection too. You guys know I don't have too many black bags, but this is one that is just so easy to use. Love the combination of this type of hardware with this leather. It was a new leather for Balenciaga when I got this bag. This is one of the most functional bags in my collection. I have my Gucci Dionysus Super Mini. This is one of my favorite going out bags because it has all the colors I need here. There's like gold in the fabric, there's silver in the hardware, there's black here. It's like a blue velvet. No matter what outfit I'm wearing, this bag matches. And it's just a great evening bag. You can use it as a clutch. It also has a strap. I have my Balenciaga City Nano. This is one that I just love the size of this bag. This is the perfect nano bag because it fits your phone and a little more essentials, but it looks so super teeny on the body, especially if you hold it in the hand with no longer strap. It really just looks so stinking cute, but you can actually fit a surprising amount in this bag. This in beige because I didn't have a beige bag in my collection at that time. But to be honest, I think I might try to hunt this down in a bright color because I think I would use it more in a bright color and then sell this one on. But I definitely want this style in my collection because it's so functional for such a teeny bag. It's one of the best, honestly, one of the best functional nano bags you can buy. I have my Chanel nylon bag. This is the bag that every time I show this bag, someone's like, I had no idea this type of bag existed. It's technically from their ski line. It's not done every season or every year. I got mine pre-love. At the time I got this, it was before I got my Pradas, and I thought, okay, this is the perfect nylon for me. And then the Prada colors were just so dreamy. I was like, okay, yeah, I kind of still want to add the Pradas. But this is really just for my casual wear. If I'm wearing like joggers and a t-shirt somewhere and sneakers, this is like a throw on easy bag. So squishy and so durable. Nylon bags are so underrated. Honestly, if you're looking for a good casual bag, I know the price of designer nylon is high for the cost of the material. So carefree and so easy. It's honestly, if you're wanting a designer bag and you want that carefree ease, nylon is a great way to go. This is my Louis Vuitton Pochette Matisse. This is one of my favorite everyday style bags. It's also one of my absolute favorite travel bags. It's so convenient and so durable. It's a bag that I really recommend to a lot of people because I think if you're just someone on the go and you need, organization built into the bag, the compartments in this are very handy and very useful for keeping your stuff in order. Next we have my Chanel Coco Handle. This is my black caviar leather Chanel bag in my collection. I always thought it would be a classic flap. I did until I discovered this style and I was just like, this is me. I love the versatility. Price is still so much better than a classic flap today. It's more stuff in it than my medium bag does. Based on how much can fit in here and how many different ways I can wear this, maybe justify another one in my collection versus the classic flap. I can't get there. It's pretty much my neutral shelf, and now we're gonna move on to my Skittles shelf, which is my absolute favorite in my collection. So another new bag to my collection. Again, I kind of use this also as like a card holder. Bulgari Serpentine Charm. This is just such a cute little petite bag. It's one of those like little Instagram moments, but it's also functional as a card holder, so I thought it's kind of still okay to go for. I got this in London on my October birthday trip. I did go a little crazy on bags on that trip. This one actually matches with my actual handbag, so this one I do use as a card holder inside, or sometimes I use it on its own. I have forever wanted a Bulgari bag. I think they are honestly one of the most underrated designer handbag labels. I've always thought they're so beautiful. They're very popular here in Dubai. I saw that they made this Lauderay green. I was like, done. That is so me. You guys know I've been working on my rainbow of pastel bags, and I'm trying to get more functional bags, not too many like super mini bags. This one I would equate to like a Chanel small, that kind of size, but it has a lot of compartments and card holder in here that you actually don't have to use a wallet, so you get a bit of space, and it has a nice pocket on the back. This is one that if you are looking into a designer bag and you don't want to spend Chanel money but you want insane quality, Bulgari all the way. The quality of the hardware, the strap, just how this bag is made is just beyond what you get from a lot of other designers, and it's a fraction of the price. If you're looking for a really beautiful designer bag that's special, not as many people wear this bag, Bulgari is a beautiful brand to look at. I also finally added a pink tiny Le Chiquito. This is the one I always wanted, and I honestly couldn't justify the $500 price tag for it, and I'll show you why. This little Prada actually costs about the same amount as the Jacquemus. I think like $10 or $20 more maybe. I don't know, for some reason I see this more as a trend and the Prada nylon more long term, that I just couldn't justify this. So I waited. I used a discount code on Shopbop, so you guys sign up for their emails, because that is a great way if you're looking for a Jacquemus bag. Always giving out codes via email. So when I saw that it applied to this bag, I was like, okay, fine, I'll just go ahead and do it. This is the one I want. So that's why you're not seeing my little petite vanity bags in my collection anymore, because this is the one that I was just like, that's the Jacquemus I really wanted. I loved the vanities because they were different, but I always kept looking at this and I couldn't justify so many tiny Jacquemus in my collection. This little Prada, I did get this in London as well. This bag was only 405 pounds, which is about $550. And at that time they were still doing the VAT backs. After all is said and done, this bag was under $500. Apparently, I guess it's a quite desirable style. It's sold out quite a lot. So I would say get on your wait list at your local Prada store. I got really lucky coming across mine. Our trip was like right after stores had just started opening again, so I think they had quite good stock levels when I went. It is quite good about taking your name on the wait list and calling you when the bag comes in. We have my Chanel wallet on a chain in the like Tiffany blue. This is another one that I think I will always have in my collection. The only reason I would ever possibly sell this is if I was gonna get another bag, like another style in this same color. I will always want to have this color in my collection. Tiffany blue is actually my favorite color, even though I have more pink in my collection. Now we have the latest addition to my collection and the bag I said I would never buy, and that is my neon pink 21S. I think I misspoke last time when I talked about this and said it was 21P. This is in the lambskin with silver hardware. Now, you guys know I'm very terrified of lambskin. I prefer caviar. I really am not a lambskin girl. But I did find this. I couldn't even believe it. Flying through Paris on my way to the US, they had this in the duty free. What I paid for this was about $300 under the US retail price, like the US price pre-tax. And then they just had an increase. So after this new price increase, I actually paid about $700 under the current US retail price for this. And at that price, and how beautiful this color was, like, it's so stunning. And you know, I'm gonna regret, I've always wanted a pink mini in my collection, and they're just getting more and more expensive. On the pre-loved market, they go for above retail price. And I was like, I'm never gonna be able to get a pink mini in my collection in caviar because they don't make it anymore. And you know what? Let me just take a chance on the lambskin. And I was like, you guys know I don't really buy them for resale value, but I keep it in mind in case something like doesn't work out and I do want to sell it on. So I felt comfortable knowing that these go above retail on the pre-loved price, plus I got duty free, so I paid a very good price for it, that I knew if I didn't get on with the pink lambskin, like I hope that I do, you know, long term, I could resell this bag later. I'm not looking to. I have fallen more in love with this. Yes, I'm still scared of it. I'm still petrified of putting scratches on this, so I do limit wearing this bag. It is something I'm going to try to get more comfortable with over time, and this is one that I could see hopefully being a forever bag in my collection if I can really warm up to the lambskin like I want to. This is my Barbie pink 21P Coco Handle in the size small. I couldn't believe I got my hands on this bag. This entire collection, like every bag in this color in Dubai, did not even hit shelves. They all went to VIPs. I have my name on the wait list, and she basically told me when she put my name on the wait list, there's like dozens of people on this wait list and only a few pieces are coming in. So even though I put my name on the wait list, that same day I went to my personal shopper and I was like, I need this bag in the small or the medium. I didn't care which size. She found it. I will, by the way, link my personal shopper below. You guys know I don't like to pay above retail, but Chanel has become so difficult to get the colors you want, especially in Dubai. This is one that is a forever bag for me. I will say I prefer the medium size, but this color is just so stunning. It's more cool toned pink. I didn't have anything like this pink in my collection. This is my 20A Coco Handle. This one that I got, I believe, my last trip before Rona happened. One that I tried to get again in Dubai Mall. I saw the bag actually a few days before it was being released because he was showing it to a VIP, and I said I would like to get one of these bags when it is released. He said, I'll send you the payment link that day. Ghosted me. No response. Never heard from him again. I was like, wow, great, thanks. So I missed out on this bag in Dubai stores as well. I went back into the store. Of course, it was out of stock. So I said, you know what, forget it. I went through duty free and they had 2 pieces in the duty free. So I actually ended up getting a better price duty free, and the sales associates in Dubai duty free are so amazing. They're so nice. Like, why can't they work in the regular store? Because they're so sweet and so nice. I got my medium Coco Handle. I don't remember this exact collection. It was 19 something. I got this in London. Actually, when I bought it, it was after most pieces from this collection had sold. I had 1 piece in Selfridges, and this is my favorite size. I went back and forth like, should I get this bag? Should I not? Because the lighting in those stores is a little like yellowy. So this color is one of those colors that, depending on the lighting, it looks very different. Some lighting, this looks very like salmony pink. Some lighting, it looks more of like a neutral medium pink. I find it really works well with a lot of outfits because of that. It kind of color shifts depending on what you're wearing. And this is, honestly, it's my favorite size. It's the size I recommend. I wish my other 2 little pink ones were in the same size, but I think it's good to have some variation. This is a bag that also I will always have in my collection. I love this bag, and it's such a great daily use size. Now we have another new bag to my collection. Well, new to me. I bought this pre-loved. This is my first Hermes bag, and it's my Hermes Picotin. You guys know I was working on my, pastel rainbow. I saw it in this pastel yellow, and I was looking for a pastel yellow bag. I was like, that's it. This is the perfect way to try out Hermes quality before I go and jump into a more expensive bag. Guys, I have to tell you, I'm hooked. Quality of the leather, the quality of the hardware, you can feel the difference. Like, you can really, like, when you touch this bag versus when you like touch a Chanel bag, I personally feel that there is a big difference. I'm honestly starting to look into more Hermes styles, not necessarily a Birkin or a Kelly, maybe in the future one of those, but I am looking at some more of these well-priced ones, because this one I got at US retail, so I didn't get a deal, but I didn't pay a huge premium either, and it was in a really good quality as well. So I was very happy with finding this one pre-loved. Of course, I would love to have that Hermes store experience one day, getting a bag. I think it was really good to dip my toes into Hermes with a Picotin and going pre-loved. I really understand why people get addicted to Hermes and they love the bags, because the quality really is just superior. Now I have my Chanel light blue seasonal style. I bought this style because it had the pocket that ran the back of the bag. This is in the smooth calfskin, and it holds so much more than a medium classic flap. It's really a fantastic bag. And now that I have a Chanel chain shortener, the chain is so perfect and it makes this bag so much more versatile. Check out my TikTok. I will link it below if you want to know more about the chain shortener from Chanel. This is, again, one of those that I see forever in my collection. The reason I would ever sell this bag is if I could find something in caviar leather in this exact same blue. Really, this is one of those that I just love. It's such an easy blue to pair with many other colors. My colorful dresses, this goes with like pinks and yellows, like honestly so many things this bag goes with. I am a little careful with it just because of the delicate like corners on the bag can get wear on them easily. But I think this is one of the more like unique options from Chanel in my collection. Now we have another new addition to my collection, well, new to me, pre-loved Gucci Jackie, and they recently released the new version of this bag, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, I love it. I even tried it on, but honestly, I didn't care for the leather, and the price was quite high. So this is one of those that like I highly recommend pre-loved. This holds so much. I think recently I'm a shoulder bag convert because honestly, I love being able to just sling the bag over my shoulder and it's just like tucked under my arm. And I feel like it's also that kind of 90s vibe. So this is one that I find very functional. I'm finding the leather to be quite durable and carefree. So this is one, if you're looking for a Jackie, highly recommend pre-loved. Next, we have my vintage Dior saddle bag. This is another one. When I saw the new bag came out, I was like, I have to get one. Honestly, the new ones I don't find to be as fun as the old ones. Like, I love the patterns. I love the Sex and the City vibe of the old ones. And this is one that I don't use very often. It's quite delicate, but it's something that as a collector, I wanted to have because I remember this bag when it came out and I was just too young to own such an expensive bag. and I'm so glad that I was able to get one pre-loved now. The next bag in my collection, which I don't think I included it in my last video because I did have it for sale, but now I've changed my mind and I've decided I'm keeping it, is my Givenchy Pandora. These are going for peanuts. It's probably the worst bag I've ever bought in terms of like resale value. And it's also kind of discolored a little bit over time, even though I've kept it out of sunlight, you know, stored properly, all of that. It's honestly one of the most disappointing bags, but now I'm like, it's not even worth selling, that I might as well keep it and use it until it just like falls apart. Love this style, and I would definitely look for one pre-loved in another color, like in the regular leather, not the patent, because I think patent just really, I have had horrible experience with patent leather here in Dubai, so I really try to stay away from it. Now I have the section of bags that I would have like in other places in my storage. They're not kept in this cabinet. And the first one is my Chanel Beach Tote. Another one I got through Personal Shopper, but luckily when I bought it, they were still doing the VAT return in UK, and since she found it in Selfridges, they were able to remove the VAT from the UK VAT, so the price was pretty good. So the import charges kind of only replaced the UK VAT, so I really didn't pay a lot above retail for this one. And it did come with a towel and a pouch as well. This is honestly like such a good beach bag. It's such a statement beach bag as well. You can kind of reverse it. Sorry, the dust bag is in there, but you can see it has this print. You can reverse it. It's not meant to be reversible, but you can do it. So you kind of get two bags in one. I really say like don't sleep on the Chanel towel sets, because the beach bags that come with the towel sets are just so fantastic. They're like bottomless, holds a perfect amount for a day at the beach. I have my Balenciaga City in the size medium. I do have this listed for sale, but I'm still going back and forth whether I want to keep it or not. So since I'm undecided, I thought I would put it in my collection video. This one I find to be great for a travel bag. If you have to have a lot of stuff with you for a work day, this is a great bag. For me and my lifestyle, I don't really require such a large bag for day-to-day use, that I don't get as much use out of this as I thought I would. So I think for me, the small size is better. And I love this color, and I think that if I got rid of my nano and got a bright color and got rid of this and got the beige in the small like my black, then I would be at like Balenciaga bag piece. No, I still go back and forth because sometimes I just like a bigger bag look, but I don't know. You guys let me know what you think in the comments below. Should I get rid of this or should I keep it in my collection? I have my Valentino Rock Stud Tote. This is size medium, I believe. This one has been used to death. I mean, you can see the marks on it. This one now I use sometimes as a beach bag. I've really gotten my wear out of this, and I love this color, so I keep it in my collection. So it's one of those that like, I don't even know if they sell this shape anymore or not, but it's one that's great to look for on the pre-love market if you're looking for this bag. I think it's just such a useful tote. It's something a little bit different. It's not your Louis Vuitton Neverfull, you know, it's not your Chanel DeVille. It's something that if you have a more edgy style, they have some great neutral colors in this, like grays and blacks, that would work really well with a neutral wardrobe. I have my little Dior bag. Now I do keep this technically in my like archives, kind of like out of my main wardrobe, but I do pull this one out and use it occasionally, so that's why I'm including it, not as like a, even though it was a bag that I got in high school. This is another one I flip-flop back and forth. Like, it is a sentimental bag to me, but at the same time, because it's brown, you guys know I don't wear a lot of brown in my wardrobe. I don't wear it enough that I don't know if I can justify keeping it or not. So I am keeping it for now, and I do pull it out and use it. So I did want to show you this vintage Dior that I have. I'm gonna do these next two together, and it's my Chloe test bag. Pink one I do have up for sale in my highlights, but since I was showing this one and it's one I'm keeping in my collection, I thought I would just show the pink one as well. I think I just got the wrong color in this bag. You know, I was between the black and the pink, and I was like, you know, pink is more me, but this shade of pink is not really like my shade of pink. I kind of prefer brighter pinks and lighter pinks, and this is more of like a dusty fall pink, if that makes any sense. I think that definitely once I sell this, I'm going to get a different color that I think will work better with my wardrobe, because I love this bag. This one is very sentimental to me because the people who gave it to me are not with us anymore, and this is a bag that I will always have in my collection. It's also a more fall winter style that I wear more when I travel. It's not really a day-to-day one, and now it's kind of one of those that I only pull out on occasion, something that I want to make sure that I have forever, so I don't want to put too much use on it. This bag I keep hanging up is my silk Chanel bag, this big giant rainbow hobo bag. A fun style. It's one of my first Chanel bags, and I don't use this as much as I should. I mean, the silk, you don't want to use it too much because it is quite delicate and it's quite a big bag. But I think it's such a cool bag. It's one of the most unique bags that I have. And even though it is one of my older bags, I wanted to include it since I do use it. We're down to the shelves that are below, you know, the camera level. So this is my Saint Laurent Vicky bag. This was a birthday or Christmas gift, I can't remember. This is like what I like to call my grown lady bag. I love this. I love the chunky gold chain. Just something about it that I love. At the time when I was looking at this, it was about half the price of a Chanel Jumbo. Now it's even less than a Chanel Jumbo because the Chanel Jumbo has had, you know, probably 2, 3, 4 price increases since I bought this bag. I can't even keep up anymore, honestly. And this I thought was just such a good alternative because the YSL logo is not going anywhere. They've been doing it for years and years. And it's like the classic black, but the vertical quilting made it a little bit different. This was a better one to add to my wardrobe, especially since it has this pocket on the back and the little pad for the shoulder. So it makes this, even though it's a very, very heavy bag, it makes it more comfortable to wear than the Chanel Jumbo from, you know, me trying on that bag. I don't own that bag and I never have, but I really love this as an alternative to the Chanel Jumbo. Next we have my Celine Nano. This is one I got pre-loved. I always wanted the Nano in this color. I was obsessed with this color when it came out. It was impossible to get. I didn't even know what a personal shopper was, or I don't even think pre-loved sites when this came out were like super big. There weren't as many as there are now. It was just so difficult to find. And honestly, I'm glad I waited because this is one I will have forever, even if it's not the most like trendy bag. I think it was a boxy shape, makes it quite classic, and I love this color. So this is one that I'm so glad I got pre-loved because I got a great price for it. And it's a piece of what I think of as like handbag history because the Celine luggage tote is such an iconic bag and had such a moment in fashion history. I'm so happy to own this bag. I believe this is another new addition to my collection, and this is the Chanel Cambon tote. I found for under $1,000 on Fashion File. I have a video about this, which I'll link below. I had one of these in high school that was white and black, which I got off of a website because of course Birmingham, Alabama did not have a Chanel store. And it was one of those websites that guaranteed authenticity, all of this stuff, and it had the authenticity card, everything, and I had never touched a Chanel bag, so I wouldn't have known the difference. But I'm pretty like 99% sure that it was a fake, like looking back at it now. Knowing now what I know about Chanel, I wanted to get this bag for real, and the pink is actually what I always wanted, but they didn't have that on the website. I'm just so thrilled to have this bag now because it was in pristine condition. Like, I'm pretty sure the person honestly like never used this bag. So this is one that in my like personal journey of handbag collecting is like a piece of handbag history. I have my Alexander McQueen clutch. I just love this. I feel like this era of McQueen was the best era of McQueen when he had these amazing prints and patterns that I just love so much that I still pull it out. I know it's not on trend, I know it's not the newest thing, but if I'm going for an event or a night out, I do pull this out sometimes. I just really love this bag, and it reminds me of that time in McQueen that I just adore. At that time, I couldn't really invest in his brand like I wish I could have in the clothes and things like that. So this is like my little piece of McQueen during the time that I really remember the most fondly of his brand. So we have my Louis Vuitton double pochette. This is more of a travel bag to me. I also use this as like a pouch inside of like my Neverfull or my bigger bags. So this is a great utility supplemental piece. It's not reinventing the wheel, it's a rectangle. It's probably not that interesting to most people. It's really not the most interesting bag to me either, but I find that sometimes you just need those like utility pieces in your wardrobe. And this is one of those that when I'm traveling, it's not heavy, it holds just the right amount that you can wear this crossbody all day and just like forget your bag is there because it's just so comfortable to wear on the body that I love having this piece in my wardrobe. So we have my very wonky handled Fendi baguette. I did get mine pre-loved right as the new FF collection was launching, so I got a great price on it. You guys know I don't wear a lot of brown, but I thought this was a piece of handbag history that I always wanted to be a part of, and I wanted the classic one. It's not a bag that I use a ton, but I do use it sometimes because I got the matching headband, and I really do love this bag, and it's one of those vintage pieces that I'm so happy to have in my collection. Next, I'm going to do these two together because they're the same bag in different colors. This is my Sunroof Mini Maestra. White one is one I wanted for a long time because I wanted a very durable summer travel bag in white. It is definitely a color I'm very scared of with handbags and scared of spending like Chanel money on. So Sunroof was the perfect one for me because this leather is so durable, it's scratch resistant, and I've traveled with this a few times. You can really pack everything you need if you're gonna explore a city for a full day. I have my Chloe Faye backpack. I love this bag. I know the squishing at the bottom probably bothers some people, but Chloe is the one brand I feel like as they age and get wear marks on them, they look better. I mean, I would never say that about my Chanel's, but with Chloe, it's like, I think it's because they have that boho vibe. It almost makes it feel to me like it's a bag from the 1970s and it's been used and loved and it has a history. Faye backpack is honestly one of the best bags I have in my collection because of its versatility and just how much you can fit in here and the different ways you can wear this. Down to the last shelf. This has been a long one, I know. Thank you guys for hanging in there. Continue with my Prada nylon backpack. One I had as a teenager with the silver hardware. The trend got over, I gave it to my mom. The trend came back and I was like, Mom, can I have the handbag back? And she's like, no, I love it. So I had to go and buy myself a new one. I did get this at the outlet mall because I was like, there's no way I'm paying the new price. Like, it's not happening. That is why I hold on to bags even like through trends, because trends come and go. And there are certain bags like the Prada nylon pieces, the Fendi baguette, the Gucci Jackie and the horse bit bags, the Gucci bamboo bags that are now coming back, like the Diana bag. Some of those bags just go away for a time period, and if you hold on to those bags, they come back in style. So this is one that even though it comes in and out and I use it sometimes more and sometimes less, I'm never gonna get rid of it because I know like even once this trend is over again of the nylon, it will come back in another 5 years. Hang on to those pieces that you're unsure of for a little while before you get rid of them. Sometimes it's just that you fall out of love with a bag for a little while and then you fall in love with it again. I have my Louis Vuitton on the go. Now technically I use this like a travel bag, but I'm including it because it's like my personal item travel bag. It's also my laptop bag. This is not like, I don't use this as like a purse or like a handbag. This is when I've got a ton of stuff to carry with me and it's like a utility bag. It has now been on a few trips with me. It's banged up, it's scuffed. It's got a big mark on it here, which I've got to try to sort out. But it's one of those that like I expected that with this. Like when you see Louis Vuitton luggage pieces that have really been used over time, you're gonna see marks of wear. You're gonna see, you know, it bending a little bit. You're gonna see these things happen to the bag. And I bought this bag knowing that that's how I was gonna use it. And it's honestly, it's been such a good bag to me and I'm gonna get so many more years of use out of it. I have my vintage Louis Vuitton bag. My father gave my mother this when I was very, very young. So this bag is almost as old as me. It's quite in bad shape over time. I've had to replace the tie here and little tip and trick. It's baseball mitt leather string, like, you know, you lace a baseball mitt with. You can get it on Amazon. It's so much cheaper. If you take this to Louis Vuitton, they charge you a ton just to replace this leather piece. I don't use this often. I use it as a travel bag when I do use it. You guys know brown monogram is not me, but it's something I will keep forever. And I think it's such a great travel piece. It can fit the laptop like up and down. So it is quite functional still in my wardrobe. And this is my Louis Vuitton Neverfull from the Escale collection. I have fallen so much more in love with the Neverfull. I mean, I know I still think it's a basic bag. Like, I really do. Like, it's the bag that everyone, their mother, their sister, their cousin has. It's not special for a designer bag because it's a utilitarian bag. It's very functional. I get now why like so many people have it. It's just so convenient to use. So I'm not saying it's basic in a bad way. It's just like, it feels more mass market than what like a leather piece from Louis Vuitton feels like. Not that I care about that. Obviously I have the bag and I love it, but I have a new appreciation for the bag and like how functional it is now that I've used it for quite some time and I've fallen even more in love with it. It's so durable. It still looks great and I throw everything in here. I really do recommend this bag, and I think if you want something a little more special in the Neverfull, just go for a limited edition. It's not like the classic monogram that you see all over Pinterest. We're on the second to last bag, and that is my Givenchy Antigona. I just really love. I mean, The handles have some color transfer here. I have used this thing to death and I still use it and I still love it. I know that Antigona isn't considered like an it bag anymore, but I feel like it's one of those like trend bags that became a classic, because every time I still see a girl wearing Antigona, I'm like, that bag just looks so good. Any color and any size, I think this bag looks great. And it's one of those that I don't think it's going anywhere. They're starting to do mini variations, like one with a chain or, you know, some special hardware on the front. But this shape of the Antigona, they tried the soft, you know how I feel about that, not my favorite, but this shape of the Antigona, the one that I really feel is gonna stick around for even more years to come. So it's a great one that if you can get pre-loved at a good price, it's a great designer bag to add to your wardrobe. And the last designer handbag I have to show is my Celine mini luggage. Definitely not call this a mini. I don't really know what possessed them to call this a mini, but this is one that, again, I've traveled with this. There are scratches all over it. It's banged up, it's bruised. Even if I tried to resell this, I get peanuts because I also have this big green paint stain on the back. This is one I keep in my collection. I still use it sometimes as like a tote. I think it's one of those pieces of like fashion history that I will always keep this bag. This color gray, there's something about it that I just love, and it actually works really well even with the colorful pieces in my wardrobe. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this was a long one. Thank you for hanging in there. I hope you enjoyed this. Check out the description box below for links to more in-depth reviews on each bag. This was just like going through my collection. If there's any bag that you didn't see from last time that you're wondering if I still have, just ask me in the comments. If you enjoy luxury handbag content but want really good buying advice for your designer handbags, my channel is the place to be, so please subscribe and turn on notifications. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram to see how I style my bags. And now on TikTok, I'm really enjoying it. It's only been just a little over a month and I'm really enjoying making content over there. So I'll even link my TikTok channel below if you want to join me there. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.